What's going on, guys? It's E36 Evans, and today we're going to get into an in-depth tutorial on how to do 300ZX or Z32, whatever you want to call it, big brake caliper upgrade on your E36 or E46. I'm pretty sure this works for M and non-M, for both E36 and E46. So in this video, I'm just going to show you what parts and tools you need, basically. So yeah, let's get started. So obviously, first off, you're gonna need your 300ZX caliper. This is off a twin turbo model. That's quite important because the distance right here between these two calipers has to be 30 millimeters to fit the E46 M3 rotor, which the E46 M3 rotor is 28 millimeters thick. And if I recall, the non-twin turbo model brake calipers are 26 mil thick. So obviously, if you know how to do math, that won't work. So there's another thing you need: E46 M3 rotors. Mine has extra holes because I'm 5x114, so these were actually machined. You don't have to do that, but unless you're 5x114, then I dropped it off to a machine shop just because I suck at drilling holes. So you're gonna need the rotors, the calipers, obviously brake pads, new brake pads. If you want to use brake pads, that's up to you. And then this is your Parts Shop Max, and everything will be in the description except for the calipers. They do make cheap option, but I wanted it to say Nissan, if I'm being honest. Anyway, these are the brackets. This is what they look like. By the way, this is not sponsored at all. This is all out of pocket. But this is what they look like. They are Parts Shop Max brackets. And as you can see, E36, E46, if you know how to read. Yeah. So I'm going to go to the shop now, and let's get these installed.
Felipe killed this.
So we got the car jacked up, and the OEM brakes are all off. So essentially what you want to do is you want to take your stock rotors off, your stock calipers off. I had to cut the shield, the heat shield, because I've already kind of like test fit it. So you want the bracket to be facing upward towards the front of the vehicle. So to get the caliper to sit flush with the bracket, you have to grind down this nub right here on the knuckle so it sits flush with the bracket. Because if you don't, I can show you actually. Hold on. So as you can see, if you do not grind it down, it hits right there on that nub, and that bolt does not line up. So you just take your trusty old Hercules Harbor Freight grinder, and you grind that nub down. You want it to be flush with the bolt or the nut and the washer, maybe even a little bit off the washer as well. Once you are done grinding, it should look something like that. You want it to be flush with the knuckle. I had to grind down the washer quite a bit as well, just for it to clear. But I will show you how it looks like now with the caliper on. So once installed, you want it to be just like that. These two bolts, this upper and this lower, right here, line up well, and there's still a little bit of play. And there's this very, very, very small gap between those two. So we will now install the rotors. which are the, once again, E46 M3 rotors. You can pick any year. Does not have to be drilled or slotted, but it looks better. The one thing I noticed installing this big brake kit is the silencer on the squeaker when the pad life is low on the bottom of the pad. It fits on the outer side, no problem. But because the bracket on the Part Shop Max adapter, there's the hardware touches the bottom of the other side, so I just cut it off. A little hack, but it worked, so who cares? Oh no. Once you're done, you should have something like this. This is the E46 M3 rotor. The caliper, the Part Shop Max bracket. The hardware it comes with does not require any modification at all. 300ZX caliper, new pads, hardware. The brake line bolts right into the caliper. You don't need to change any line, order anything, bolts right in. You might get a brake light because you have to unplug your brake pad wear sensor. I do believe E46 is on both sides. I don't recall. But other than that, everything else should be the same for E36 and E46 as far as installing this Part Shop Max bracket big brake kit. I hope you found this video helpful. When you're done, it should look something like that. I had Zachary help me bleed the brakes. Everything feel good. Still have not test drive, but there's pressure, so it should be good. But I did I failed to mention I did have to put a 8mm spacer to clear the caliper from my wheels. Depending on how aggressive your wheels are, these are 17x9 plus 11 if I recall. So with an 8mm spacer, there's roughly 3 to 4mm gap right there. So yes, other than that, we are done. Thank you for watching the video. If you liked the video, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you, and stay tuned for more.